All right, our book today is Human Computer, Mary Jackson Engineer by Andy Dean and illustrated by Katie Mazika. All right. I read this earlier, but when I read it earlier, it was our second book in the week, and now it's our first. So this is the first book that we're going to celebrate Black History Month with, and this is one of my favorite stories. Well, it happened in real life, but it's one of my favorite people, and the book is about her. As a girl, Mary wanted to be an engineer, but because she was black, someone said, "Not your career." Segregation took away her path of voice until she fought back and raised her voice, demanding to be let into the classes she needed, and through persistence and hard work, she succeeded. She became NASA's first black female engineer, then she made sure the path for others was clear. Even as a young girl, Mary Jackson loved science and math. She loved learning how things worked, and she loved helping people. Mary wanted to be an engineer and to solve problems with math and science. But Mary grew up in a time when black people and white people were kept apart by something called segregation. Black children weren't always taught the same subject as white children. There were very few black engineers and even fewer female engineers. Mary still loved learning math and science. She wanted to know how everything worked. Mary beat the odds and went to college. She became a math teacher and shared her love of numbers with her black students. Mary shared her learning with the other little girls too. She was a Girl Scout leader. She loved to build wind tunnels and test model airplanes with her scouts. A few years later, after Mary had a baby, she went to work as a clerk. She answered the phone and wrote messages. She was good at her job, but she missed learning how different things worked. So, Mary got a job at the Langley Memorial Aeronautical Laboratory as a human computer. I know we call computers, well, machines are computers. Our tablet is a computer. Our phone is a computer. But the word computer, back in the day, was someone who computed numbers. So, it's neat how we use a word a lot differently now than we did then. It's Hannah outside the door. Engineers at Langley were working to improve airplanes. They needed human computers who were very good at math to help them. Mary was happy to work with numbers again. Mary loved her job, but there was a big problem. Langley was segregated. Mary grew more and more angry. She was tired of being treated differently. There were many people who thought segregation was wrong. An engineer named Kazimierz Zarnecki asked Mary to come to work with him. Kaz, his nickname, thought everyone should all work together, and Mary agreed. She went to work as a computer for engineers who were studying things that traveled at supersonic speed, or faster than the speed of sound. Mary wanted to be an engineer more than ever. All she needed to do was take classes at a local school. But there was one problem. The school was segregated. Black people weren't allowed to go to school there. Mary had to ask the city to give her special permission to take classes at the white school. Finally, the city said yes. Mary studied hard and became NASA's first African-American female engineer. Mary worked as an engineer for many years. She helped design the spacecraft that first carried men to the moon. Mary had achieved her dream. Now she wanted to help other people achieve their dreams. After all, no one had expected Mary to become the first African American female engineer at NASA. So Mary became the manager of the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs so that Black Americans could get the same opportunities as white Americans. And she knew she wouldn't be the last. What a great book. Mary Jackson's one of my favorite people. There's a movie called Hidden Figures, and there's another book that I might get to this month that talks about not just Mary Jackson, but 3 other amazing women that helped with the space orbit, the orbit of an astronaut around the Earth. So I hope you like it. I hope you like this book, and have a great day.